Hello, bulrush. Puffballs. Best mushrooms ever. Forget the giant bucks with the bushel basket racks. These are the grand patriarchs of the forest. I wish this camera captured the picture color better. This whole glade is beautiful. There. You know, you can tell the age of a tree by how many rings it has. And the size of the rings tells you things too. Each ring is comprised of a light part and a dark part. And the light part is the growth in a year, and the dark part is basically just where it stopped growing. And the amount of growth, you can see here that the rings are really wide, and over here they're really narrow, and over here they're especially narrow. This is also moisture, but the size of the ring and the amount of growth that a tree does in a year is mostly affected by the sunlight that it gets. So you can see here, up to about here, it was really crowded, and it couldn't get a whole lot of light. Then through all of here, it got a lot of light. It was, you know, at the top of the forest, and then it gets very crowded again at the end. The rings do, and so yeah, it stopped getting sunlight, as much of it anyway. So you can't really tell how old a tree is by how big it is, because this right here, I mean, this is like 50 years old, maybe 80 years old. And then this right here, which is wider, that's even more. That's about 20 years of growth. So a tree this big could be 100 years old, or it could be 50 years old. Anyway, I just thought that would be interesting. So because sunlight has such an effect on the way things grow, well, for instance, that tree there, right in the center there, that used to be very crowded before this patch cut was done, and now it's just right in the middle there, and it's got all the sunlight to itself. So that is going to have some rapid growth over the next 20 years or whatever. Ever stop to look at how weird things are up close? looks alien. Even though it's dead, it's still kind of beautiful. This tree looks funny with these boughs over it. That color means chop down this tree. And what do you know, they did. I like thistles. They're pointy. There's someone doing some kind of construction work over that way. I've been hearing hammers and saws and such. A nice thick forest is not where the deer are most happy. They're most happy when they have a nice thick forest and open area. In a couple of years, I believe this cut was done this summer. In a couple of years, this will grow up to have small, small trees, shoots, and that's what the deer feed on. They don't eat trees. More hammering. But they don't eat adult trees or grass so much. They really like eating the young shoots of trees. So, and the bark off of them and such. The young tender leaves. And that's why Vermont isn't so great for hunting anymore. It used to be all farmland, and then it was bad for deer because they didn't have the forests. And then a lot of the farms got abandoned. The people let the farms grow back because they couldn't afford to produce anything anymore. So for a long time there were large sections of very young forest. And that's when things used to be really big for deer. People would come from all over New England to go hunting in Vermont. But now, this is rarity. And this is the norm. And deer need both to live. So logging actually creates animal habitat, not destroys it. It does both. But as you can see, we got a heck of a lot of the one animal habitat, not so much the other. Nom. Not a deer. 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 Not a deer.
Hi, girls.
Not a deer. Not a deer.
Wouldn't even shoot at us.
Rainbow dash. Boom. Headshot.